Hi, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Like a New Yorker. And first of all, thank you for your support, guys, for keeping liking the video and sharing our content. Of course, remember to follow our channels and subscribe to our show. And as usual, for our Friday episode, we are with our good friend Beatrice.
Hi,
Hi,
hey, happy
Beatrice.
Friday, everybody. Beatrice Kimmel from Empkt PR. So glad to have you guys.
Absolutely. And here, of course, Joseph, Chief Editor of Living Magazine. This show is brought to you by this great collaboration that we have, Impact and Living. And today, again, there is a lot to talk about. So without further ado, Beatrice, I think we can jump right away on the topic, one of the topic of the day, which is the future of fashion. Just because we like, small and light issues. Yeah, let's talk about the future of fashion.
Well, fashion is definitely something in both of our wheelhouses. You being a luxury fashion magazine, and we also, as Empkt PR, work with a lot of fashion clients. Actually, the last time we saw each other was at Fashion Week in February, which feels like eons ago. We did an event called Sustainable New York Fashion Week, and it was a smash hit. There was 1,000 people in attendance.
Yes.
You were one of our great press media outlets that attended as well, and that was the last time we actually got to be together. And here we are with New York Fashion Week. I think wrapping up, right? And
Yes.
or has wrapped up, and they everything was basically virtual. And you had an event, which was great. You're going to talk about that a little bit later on.
Yes.
But we're going to show some Fashion Week videos. Actually, now instead of having your typical runway show where people come and they fill the seats, it's actually on video. And Joseph, if you want to throw a couple up.
Yes, I would say that, of course, it was important. Many brands and many people in the industry like us, we, despite the difficulties that we had, we were able to have a 2-day event. And as many, of course, for the major brands, they had videos of their experiences. Since the weather was nice, many people were able to do this in the outdoor, or many others, like we did, was a much smaller scale, more private, always respecting, of course, social distancing and wearing masks, being very, very careful. But, it was important as a testimony to prove that it was possible, that brands still, are, they're not gonna go away without putting a fight. So I think that
they were very creative too. And you'll see here, like a lot of them actually, they took multi-camera videos that look more, some of them look like music videos, some of them look like short films. It's very creative the way that they showed their clothing. And we'll talk about some of the common elements in a lot of these new fashion lines, and one of which being much more functional and much more budget friendly, which is great. I love it.
Absolutely. So okay, so you have selected some videos. So let's show the videos that you found for us. So
we got this from NYFW, NewYorkFashionWeek.com. And this is Christian Suriano, who is a very prominent designer. And this looks like, and then you'll see this a lot in other videos as well with other designers. That we're here on the Christian Cohen. So this is the one that literally looks like a music video, and we have Heidi Klum, one of my faves, as part of the show. But yeah, check this out. So this one was a much more produced, I would say, kind of music video format. And okay, there we go. Yeah, you'll see some very interesting personalities on here, but and music throughout. Love this.
Yeah, well, again, instead of having, of course, that the traditional catwalk on the runway, of course, this is a way that you can still present your collection. And
nice.
That's Heidi Klum. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, one thing I also love too is that all the designers are very inclusive. I mean, you'll see a lot of people of color, a lot of models of different, ethnic backgrounds. you know, LGBT, full-figured women as well, as we just saw. So different ages. So I think, you know, we're now a very socially conscious New York Fashion Week, even more so. But I think, you know, this is a little more couture-like. That's a little more streetwear. But yeah, I mean, you've got like a lot of different mix of fun and fashion, plus also well, kind of urban.
So we have another example with these other
this is a good one. Yeah, Jason Wu.
Okay.
And what I like about this one, and as I was in other videos too, is that oh, are we able to watch it?
Let me see, because it's telling me that is on an it's like we were watching on another platform. So we just watched Cohen, right?
Yeah, so Christian Cohen. So he shot this video. You could tell it was kind of a very different version of a fashion show, a walkway, where it's actually kind of like a boardwalk type of thing through a sand dune, and it's this very lush greenery, very natural environment, you know, and then and the fashions itself are very flowy, very comfortable, and a lot of patterns too. But they looked all very comfortable. This is
Christian Siriano, right?
Yeah, this is another outdoor fashion show. And you can see, obviously, people are very socially distanced. This one's at a beautiful backyard, I think, it's someone's mansion. But you can see they've matched the mask with the outfit, which is very cool. This is very nice, very smart, very wearable, for sure. I mean, this is something you could wear to the office on a very really high-powered meeting there. Oh, this is again, this is another example where they have a little bit more of a full-figured model on there, and I didn't really ever see this before. Have you, Joseph?
No, I have to say that again, in terms of the designers haven't stopped, like, again, innovating and moving forward. So
she's working it.
Yeah.
And it's very flattering on her. It's great. These designs, obviously, you can wear with any figure. But I love the kind of pattern that's going on now. We have different colors. This is the nice off-the-shoulder look. And you've got another matching hat and mask to go with it. So, and you can see they've accessorized it with a handbag and shoes. And so this is something you could definitely wear. Again, I don't know about in the office with the off-shoulder, but you know, for sure. I mean, on a Sunday, you could wear it to a wedding. Very, very sophisticated, very lovely. This is a little bit more billowy, something tea-length. And again, she's got the mask, which is cool. And I love the flounced sleeves there.
So again, I would say that you know, the fact that you know, sometimes optimistic people are labeled as, you know, naive. At the same time, I would say that you know, when it comes to catastrophism, also it's an exaggeration. This is really a very nice, cool way where actually, instead of having really the traditional, you know, most of the time, let's be honest, it's like it was a formula that, again, was also old. This is something new, something fresh. It looks different, and it's nice, and it's done according to the current regulations. So why not?
I mean, this pandemic has forced people to be much more creative. And, you know, designers are now being more socially conscious, much more environmentally conscious, producing more environmentally friendly materials for their clothing. But also, you know, like you said, we're seeing more full-figured women. We're seeing more people of color in the shows. And then, of course, now, and the way they present their shows, obviously, has to be in guidelines with the socially distancing for the pandemic. Let's go to a different one. I know there's one with Kenneth Nicholson, which is a
Yeah, and I would say that, for example, here we have seen two very different approaches, right? One was basically the music video, right? Like ultra, like
Right.
strongly visual, and then instead we had something very different that is the traditional one, but done in a different context.
The one that hopefully, if you can pull up the Kenneth Nicholson one, is also very creative, and this was like a 15-minute short film, and it's the next one, I think.
Okay. Well, we have Jason Wu also that you found.
Yes, this is another one that I said I was very much in outdoors. It's very environmental. You feel it's very natural, very lush.
Here what we can appreciate is the really high value production.
Yes, there's much more functionality here. Notice it's very loose, very billowy, very comfortable looking. Not a lot of tight material. The material is very very loose on the models. So it's kind of oversized even. And I mean, obviously great for summer. And also, long and very chic, I would say. Any woman at any age could wear this for sure.
Yeah.
And I love the whole, they've got the different camera angles, especially the aerial view, which is cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is really great environments.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, another, it's very original, and it looks great.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you can turn on the one for Kenneth Nicholson. I thought this one was this was the most unique of the ones that I saw. It actually has a little bit of acting involved. There's some of the models actually are characters, if you will, in the short film. Can we pull it up, or you?
Yes, right away, because allows to open only one video at a time.
But
yeah, so let's go with this.
But I think one of the things that you mentioned offline is that designers are putting more emphasis on versatility of these outfits. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. You can certainly stretch your budget more by wearing the same outfits, but with different accessories. You can change the shoes, put a belt, wear a different necklace, put a scarf, and you'll really change the look up. And you can really stretch for dollars and stretch these wonderful looks out to many different occasions. This is
I think this is the church in Kill Bill, if I'm not wrong. So definitely, yeah. Here the approach is Kenneth Nicholson is the short movie, basically.
I don't know. Is this the church from Kill Bill, or you're saying it looks like the church from Kill Bill? Because I remember the church from Kill Bill was very rustic. This one looks a little more sophisticated. But yeah, so it starts off with this little boy seeing this little girl in the church, and then it turns out it's this guy's dream, and he ends up seeing colors all throughout the day. Kind of the dream kind of reminds him of the colors. And actually, it's called Grasp. So this is a short film. Exactly. I mean, this is called Grasp. So he wakes up and all throughout he's starting to see bright colors throughout, and it's actually the outfits of the designer, which is really cool. It's very artistic. There's not a lot of dialogue, but everybody's dressed impeccably, as you see. I mean, look at this outfit that this guy has. That shirt's amazing. I love that.
Also, it's very glossy, like the style. Again, this is very high value production.
Exactly. They spend a lot of money. They didn't cut costs on the video. They really wanted to show off the clothing through this production. And but also it's just, again, I mean, it's very clear to me there's people of color much more prominent, and it's just beautiful people of all ages, just happy. And later on you'll see him sitting down having lunch with a friend, and they're eating colorful food. They're drinking champagne. I mean, it's just kind of this wonderful life that these people have. And it's kind of whimsical almost. It's surreal.
Yeah.
So it's a whole other world. But the clothing is fantastic.
It's a world, with beauty, right? Not simply surrounded by beauty, but also immersed in beauty, right? It's
Exactly.
beauty itself. Yeah.
It's a whole world, and the floral theme kind of goes throughout. And another one, and that was another thing too, is that there was a lot of patterns in a lot of the shows that I saw here. As you'll see, so the next one, if you can pull up for Rebecca Minkoff.
Oh yeah.
There are patterns. She actually, I think that's the one. There's one also where she's on the rooftop. She actually shoots. It's almost like a trailer. It's only like 2 minutes long or 1 minute and a half, and it's like a music video or a film trailer where it's kind of very quick changes of scenes, and you've got people kind of in rock and roll kind of environment. Yeah, right here on the roof here. And there looks like they're about to play for a show for this very, very chic crowd, very well-dressed crowd. And they pan through all their clothing and their accessories and the bags. And it's only 2 minutes long. So let's talk about a quick fashion show, but it kind of gives you the idea right away. This is her style. I've got the belted floral dress and the oversized.
Well, I have to tell you, this is a model that is interesting because, being in media and production, for sure, I can tell you right away that for sure to produce something like this, it's much, much cheaper than a whole like fashion show, for sure. Yeah. And since this is like a photo shoot set, since you are building the set for the photo shoot, as you shot the photo shoot, you also make the video or you present your collection. So it is very clever, and it is something that
they also can present this throughout the year. It's nothing that they can reuse this and repurpose this throughout the year. I mean, they can post it on their website, on their social media. So this is going to have a lot of mileage to it. And they probably, like you said, it probably costs a fraction of what it is to put on an actual physical show.
Exactly.
So this is a lot of examples of designers being very creative. But in my opinion, I think it brings it a lot, to people that wouldn't normally get to see this.
Correct.
So it makes it a lot more accessible.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think it's a different approach. It's a different concept. But it's meant to match like a different market, a market that is changing, and that's what we were. We did our little homework, and when it comes to the new direction of fashion, for sure, we have that. The market very likely is going to be driven more by need and functionality than mere vanity. People are going to buy clothes or accessories they actually need, instead of buying the options and then choosing afterwards.
Well, I like the comfort about it. Now being a mom, I mean, everything needs to be a little bit looser. So. But also, I would say there's probably, I think there was a study or a survey that came out. People are buying many more tops these days. So because, as you notice, everyone's only being shot from here up.
Yeah.
So
oh yeah.
being sold in bottoms, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But you had an event as well, and you have some photos to share with us from that. And then
yes, because again, also in the designer that we saw, and that's the kind of what we tried to do with the photo shoot was to show again in terms of accessories and complementary apparel that again you can wear different stuff. You can reinvent like all the older, not necessarily old, but older items that you have, and again, it's a nice way to.
They call it. There's a term for it. Is it up purpose or upscale? I forgot the term. Is where you take something. Actually, you can take it from thrift stores or take it from your own wardrobe, and you actually repurpose it to.
Yeah, I'm having a blackout. Yeah, but it's I know I know the word you're looking for. It's on the tip of my tongue, but So in terms of the photo shoot that we did, I can show you the pictures.
I have to say, Joseph, while you're pulling that up, I have to say kudos to you for for putting that up. I know you kind of had a last minute snafu in terms of your venue, and you were able to turn that around. You found not only one, but two other venues, and you had to shift everybody back, to those two different venues and event on. And that's amazing. So and all during a pandemic and having to maintain social distancing guidelines and whatnot. So wow, I really give it to you for doing that. And,
thank you.
I know you're exhausted, and but you know what? That's what this pandemic has forced us to do. And I know we're talking offline too, that that was the first time you had been around a larger group of people since February, and kind of revived what you didn't have, kind of a taste for what you hadn't had in 6 months. And I can totally relate to that.
Yeah. No, thank you. First of all, of course, it's always nice to receive an acknowledgement of the hard work. But again, it's we are part of this industry, and it was important for us as media to play our part in showing brands our support, that we are there for we're here for them, and again, to show the resilience and the stubbornness, commitment to put a show together anyway. It was important. So I
like your creativity in the venue. You didn't choose I guess you quote unquote traditional venue, but this is a hair salon, right? This is a hair salon.
Yes. Mike, the owner of Color View Hair Lounge that is in Tribeca, a place that for sure we recommend. Mike is really fantastic, and again, he decided to he gave us the space for half a day, and again, what we did here, again, with some spirit of improvisation, but with good work, we put up like a production that was really great. And I can tell you that like a trend that we are seeing, of course, when you go to the top brands, you have, of course, like the fashion models, but a trend that is interesting is that designers are looking for kind of like regular beauty, right? Not necessarily that kind of
girl next door kind of look. Something that's not so not like Heidi Klum. Although Heidi Klum, I think is she could easily be the girl next door too. But
well, again, it's just that it tries to matches like different different needs, right? It's something different that designers understand, that they want to show also something different. So kudos to them, because they are willing to do that. And here actually we have a picture of Mike, the owner of the salon, with Imani Jones.
She's an amazing hairstyle. And also, just a kind of a sidebar, he built this salon with his own two hands, literally.
Yes.
He used, I think it was bamboo or something. Everything was very environmentally conscious. How all the materials he used are very environmentally friendly. And it's very impressive if anybody, especially if you want to get your hair done. He does amazing color and cuts. So just kind of shout out to him.
So for example, here you have another good example. So she's very pretty, but it's literally like a friend, a friend, a cousin, a co-worker. And but what we did is like we focus again, trying to give visibility to the people of the industry. Here the shout out goes to Makeup with Nikki. She's an amazing makeup artist, and if I magnify here on the work that she did for the lashes, beautiful. Here it's really incredible, the shades that she was able to put up, and of course the accessories, like so earrings. This is Kakani by Kanika, and again an easy way to show that, again, makeup, accessories, the hairstyle, of course, is from Color View. You can be beautiful.
I love the how she obviously changed the hues on the eyeshadow to match her top. But yeah, anything you can dress. I mean, that top, it looks like, I don't see it as a whole thing if it's a dress or whatever, but
I show you here.
wear,
I show you
wear
here
it to
because
jeans, you could wear it to a nice out, you know, you could wear that out to a nice brunch.
yes.
But
So
the accessories and the makeup really make the difference.
mhm. So here the designer is Nora, an Indian designer. As you can see, again, we were
Sure.
looking specifically for diversity, but diversity
Yeah.
happens when you work with the eye of simply a professional
Right.
who's looking for the right looks. So you see, same designer, 3 different looks. So I like very much that Brienne here on the left is again more the kind of the Britney Spears and Taylor Swift style, like she's from Hawaii. Then Trinity
Oh, wow.
from Atlanta, Georgia. Here more gypsy style,
Mhm.
right? But still very feminine, right?
I
And
love
then
that.
Ren, of course.
Yeah.
Again, different style where again is the girl next door.
Yes. Well, all these people I can see, you know, being friends that I could easily approach. But I like the fact that these dresses all look very comfortable. Something that you know people from different shapes could wear, and you could wear it dressed up or dressed a little bit down. Or you could wear it to brunch. Or you could wear it to a wedding. So, yeah, I love this. This is very very versatile.
Yeah, and then again, as you can see, these 3 styles are very very feminine, and so there is again different styles, different approach, and we of course had something that is more traditionally like
Oh, that's
fashion.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that.
So
I love flowy skirts, the form-fitting top and the flowy skirts, and I
mhm.
love the way you got it there with the strappy sandals. That's great. I love that because you can go dancing with it. It's awesome,
Mhm.
and it's
And
comfortable.
just a shout out to the photographer who was me.
Joseph. Yes, Joseph, you're an amazing photographer. I've worked with you with a few of my artists, and he's amazing. So people
Yeah,
hire
no,
him.
it's just that it was a lot, and you might wonder, oh, who took these great pictures? Happened to
Oh,
be me,
wow.
working
Who's
with
the
great people.
guy?
Yeah,
I love that guy. It's a rock and roll kind of
yeah,
very very floral. Oh my gosh! Oh wow! It's like got scissors on there. That's a cool print.
yeah.
Welcome
So
to
this is Willard, another New York-based designer, and he does again. This is street style, and again, it's a different take, right?
love it. I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah, very very street savvy. Very very today. Yep.
Very New York.
Very New York.
And
Exactly.
here, coincidentally, you have the same models, the same order,
Yeah.
look completely different.
Yeah. Totally. Welcome to
Okay,
the room.
so
Love it.
in terms of fashion, again, we try to give you guys, an extensive coverage of what has been a very important event in a unique time with Fashion Week. But we left the sweet pill for you guys at the very end.
Let's move on. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, so we thought of a couple things to end this on a lighter note. What things that we were into as kids that embarrass us today? And
Yeah.
Joseph, you had a very interesting. You had
I
a
have a
movie.
very embarrassing thing to share. Yes. if
Please
you
do. Please do
if
tell.
exactly if you since you're asking right the so yeah, we were looking for again things that when we were kids or teenager that we're very passionate about, and my dirty secret is that
Pretty in Pink.
i I was a huge fan of Pretty in Pink. Yes.
Well, who wasn't at the time? I mean, Molly Ringwald, Demi Moore, Rob Lowe. Gosh, I can't remember the other guys. The whole breakfast, was it the
Yeah,
breakfast?
Breakfast Club. Yeah.
Breakfast. Exactly. All
So
those.
these are the 80s, guy. This is 1986. That is
Yeah,
Matthew
literally.
Broderick and Robert Lowe again. So as I said, I remember I rent this movie. I was probably
I
at
love
that
it.
time I was 10 years. Yeah, I watched this movie like a couple of years after. So I was like 12,
Oh,
12,
come
13.
on. Okay, so anybody who hasn't seen the 80s, especially you young millennials, which I love you guys, this is a movie. This was the 80s. This is, you've got the quintessential hair. She's got the bob. You've got the puffy hair on the guys and the shoulder pads.
I was so upset for that scene. I was so upset.
Yes, the shoulder pads. I mean, it's got everybody,
Yes.
and everything was oversized. So, and I have to tell you, I rocked it. I have my
Yeah.
personal, if I can boast. But yeah, no, I had the big hair, the big perm, everything. That's when everybody was wearing the bangs up. Oh yeah.
So again, as I said, this
People.
was a movie where again you had again the girl next door, but she's not like the.
She's not the beauty queen. Okay. Uh-oh. Am I the only one? There you are. We lost a bit, Joseph.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was saying like, in the 80s, we had the model of the top models. So standards of beauty that started to become like impossible. And this was the movie where you had like the regular guy who was chasing the girls, the girl of his dreams, but nobody, and of course, like he was the normal guy and there was the rich guy in competition. So again, as you said, these were the 80s. Go watch it. It's a great movie. Yeah. But everybody was making fun of me because this was considered a girls movie, right? It's like, oh, you like a girls movie? And it says yes, because I like her. So I don't care what you say.
Well, was I haven't seen her. She was actually in Chicago, I think. She started in Chicago. I mean, I hadn't seen her since that era. And she kind of popped up, I don't know, 5 years ago or something. And I think she being on Broadway, but she's very talented, still looks great. And anyway, I love the 80s. But speaking of 80s,
Speaking of embarrassment, now it's your turn.
This is my claim to shame. My favorite group in the time, and I was a kid, was Menudo. Do you guys remember? But I had that album that he's holding
up. I renamed them the Glitter Power Ranger.
Well, look at that. Check out these butt moves. Look at this. Look at this. Who opens the show with clenching their butts? Okay.
Yeah. And Ricky Martin was in it. This little guy in green.
So the guy on the far right is Ricky Martin. Exactly. There he is. Cutie. And I never knew he'd grow up to be such a hot stud. But my favorite was the lead singer, Robbie Rosa. And I remember this song, Like a Cannonball. But look at these moves, guys. And these guys were fit. They actually worked out. You can see that they lift. Their arms are a little bit bulky. So, but look at these moves. Come on. BTS is nothing on these guys. Look at these hip moves. Look at these hip moves, guys. Wow.
Well, I can see that your crush is still like pretty alive.
I will defend them to the ground.
Very good.
But yes,
absolutely.
But Menudo,
and I would stand with you because look at the hair.
They're all the whole concept was behind them is that they actually cycled out. Once they got a certain age, they had to be replaced. So they gave a lot of kids, a crack at the entertainment business, which I thought was a really good thing. So, but anyway, yeah, that's where we'll leave it for today.
Well, I can tell you that if they would reboot them now, they are still very contemporary. Right?
Well, what do you know? I mean, the whole thing with K-pop and all the boy bands that emerged even during that time and still are, and NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, they're still very much alive. But yeah, I was a big fan. I was a big fan of Menudo. But yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Great.
I know we're going over time. Everybody, thank you so much for watching.
Absolutely. This was fun.
Empkt PR.
And of course, Joseph from Living Magazine. And again, if you like what we do and you want to support independent creators in this time that is very important to have original content and local content. and like that's what we try to do every week. So from living and shaking our shoulders, um,
Yeah.
we salute you, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys. See you next time. New Yorker.
Bye bye.